Real quick, you both stop the real quick, touch. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish. It's the next race. Welcome to Darlington Raceway in South Carolina, where today the trucks take on one of NASCAR's oldest, toughest, and most unpredictable racetracks. And in this afternoon, the pressure is even greater as the chase playoffs continues. My name is Samuel Yosef, and I'll be taking you through this race. I'll also have another commentator who will join in real soon, but welcome to this chase race here in Darlington. And it looks like the drivers are now getting to the grid. So let's go ahead and show our starting grid for this race. Starting at first will be Ashton Crowder. Dustin Lewis will start on his outside. Going into third, Wesley Burke in the 25 with Andrew Shobe in the 28. Going into fifth, Noah Hobart with Morgan Cooks sitting out in his outside. Starting in seventh, Sean Merriman will start in seventh with Gavin Henson starting in eighth. Tristan Brunelli will start in ninth with Luke Barnes starting in 10th. Craig McKern starting in 11th with Michael Wade starting in 12th. And then rounding out our top 15, Bryson D. Miller starting in 13th, Harold Tucker in 14th. Reggie Kime will start in 15th, and Lucas Austin will start in 16th. As the drivers are getting around, Ashton Crowder taking these drivers to their first and last lap before the race will start. Looking at the rest of the grid right before we go green, JT McNulty will start in 17th with Dylan Calkins starting in 18th. John Ullman starting in 19th with River Hayes starting in 20th. Steve Addison will start 21st. Tyner Willing will start 22nd. Dave Billings will start 23rd. Christian Barnes in 24th. Adam Holston starting in 25th. And Tyler J. Stevenson starting in 26th. Dominic Rossi starting in 27th with Trevor Yates starting in 28th. And then rounding out our final positions, Joshua Gillen will start 29th. Douglas Wiskoski, if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize, starting 30th. And then finally, Dayton Cross in 31st and Alex Young in 32nd. Well, the pace car is going to head down. we're going to get this race at Darlington started. It's another race in the chase playoffs. Ashton Crowder to lead the field to the green flag. Barney waiting for them to enter and exit that restart zone. And we are green here at Darlington. And we are under caution. Was letting the cars drive around so we could hear these sweet trucks roll around. We'll try to get what happened. All right, here, look, it's Austin running slowly. We're going to go check it out on the instant replay. What happened? Not really finding what event happened. So I don't know if the driver disappeared. And I'm Holston falling slowly. Looking to the pit lane. Don't see anybody in the pit. So driver must have got into an accident, fallen, and left the session. So apologies for not catching that, but we're going to restart it with Ashton Crowder re-racking the field, catching up to the pace car. And we will see what we are about. Ashton Crowder with the lead right now. Dustin Lewis sitting in second. Wesley Burke sitting in third. Noah Hubbard in fourth. Andrew Shobe rounding out our top five. Well, folks, like I said, there's nothing quite like Darlington. One of my favorite tracks out there. Both ends of this track is completely different. Turns 1 and 2, that preferred route is running that high line close to the wall. You're on the edge of disaster on that outside wall, and a brace of where the tires are going to go through this track is key for these drivers to not hill in the beginning portions. 128 laps. We do have a stage break at lap 50. So these drivers will have to make it to lap 50 if they can with their tires. They do have 4 tire sets available. So we will see what these drivers can do. Ashton Crowder electing for the low side here at Darlington. Cautions could be aplenty tonight as well with this chase race happening. As I said, looking at our race analysis, 128 laps. 45-mile-per-hour pit road speed, 4 tire sets available. So like I said, they're going to have to make it to that lap 50 stage break if they want to be able to keep that one set of tires for the end. Stage break at lap 50, 75% racing fuel. So these drivers will have to see if these cautions happen, if they'll be able to keep going. But we'll see as Crowder leads the field back into the restart zone. Barney waiting for Crowder to go on his run. And we are green again here at Darlington. Thank you to guys in chat for letting me know who was the reason for the caution. It was the one in the 81. I apologize. Not able to capture that, but we'll make sure we'll get to that Later. Oh! Hubbard and Lewis. Oh, we got wrecked in the back. Morgan Cook. No, it wasn't Morgan Cook. Caution is out. And the 28 and the 24 are together again. Woo, we're going to have to take a replay of that. Looking at, just gets into the 28 right there. Tristan Brunelli in the 24 and Andrew Shobe in the 28. Not able to get away from each other, just trying to find that space. Let's go to the cockpit of that. We'll be able to get a better view of what happened. Yeah, just Tristan and Andrew Shobe not able to create any space on that. And those drivers, not much damage, but we'll have to re-rack it back. Again, Crowder still holding the lead. We'll see what happens. Tristan Brunelli and Shobe going to the pits. A few more drivers as well going to the pits. So pit road is quite busy. Looks like starting from 21st back, they will hit the pits. So some drivers electing to get some tires, some drivers fixing up. Some damage occurred after that caution. A couple chase drivers as well in there heading into pit road, it looks like. But Ashton Crowder, he's still holding the lead once again. The easy start for him so far, not really having to use those tires for this race so far. So everybody behind, there was a little, almost a situation with Hubbard and Lewis on the exit of 2. And those drivers could have created a bigger mess. As we see Crowder going low, just running through that nice fresh pavement, maybe clean off his tires a little bit, but base car lights are off, so we are 1 to go. We're gonna restart this field once again. Drivers heading off pit road after fixing their damage, not going a lap down. Checking the timing screens, we do not have a driver a lap down. Everybody's still on the lead lap. And looking at Ashton Crowder, I mean, not really much for him to really worry about right now, wearing that Hokie shirt. I think that's pretty much the only thing that's had a little bit of trouble today. Other than that, he's been chilling in the front, relaxed and cool and calm, and once again will lead the field into the restart zone. Barney with his green flag waiting once again for Crowder. It looks like Crowder and Barney have a good relationship so far. As Ashton Crowder leads the field into the restart zone, and we are green once again here at Darlington. River Hayes, Harold Tucker already going at it, going for position, just right in there. And that turns 1 and 2. Drivers have to navigate on being able not to make contact, but ride that preferred high line. You see some drivers in the back. Bryson D. Miller, two wide, almost 3 wide in the back. Luke Barnes trying to hold off Morgan Cook on the inside of him right now, holding that high line. With these trucks, it's really hard to hold the rear end of these trucks and not let it go. But it looks like these drivers will single file through the top 10. See side by side, the 04 of Luke Barnes going into Gavin Hinson. Gavin Hinson a little loose off exit. Oh, one driver in the back. Tyler Wilning looks like able to save it. So good job by him. Going back up front, River Hayes once again putting pressure on Morgan Cook. Drivers are just trying to find any room that they can. As Gavin Hinson now putting pressure on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke, oh, into the wall. Wesley Burke dragging the wall, and he's just making more contact through, not able to get off the wall. Losing a lot of positions. Driver who started up in P3 now falling back to P10, so unlucky for him. But we have a move for the lead. Dustin Lewis to the lead. Dustin Lewis, one of the chase drivers out there, able to get past Ashton Crowder. Ashton Crowder holding the lead for just the beginning portions, now getting away, pulling out to almost a 5/10 lead on Ashton Crowder. Not sure if Ashton Crowder is holding back, trying to save some tires. Dustin Lewis just found another gear, but we'll have to continue to watch that. River Hayes, the 82 and the 92, they've been battling since this green flag restart. Great view of the cars coming through the start finish line. River Hayes falling behind the 04 Luke Barnes. But the story right now is Dustin Lewis. You can see the gap right there, pulling out to almost a second lead over Ashton Crowder. Just the pedal to the floor for Dustin Lewis, while Ashton Crowder is carrying a train of cars, pretty much the rest of the top 10 and a little bit of the top 12 with him. Not really sure what Dustin Lewis is thinking right now, but I like the aggressiveness so far. Well, Noah Hubbard now starting. Oh, Noah Hubbard into the wall. Could have elected Ashton Crowder right there, but able to keep the truck away. Ashton Crowder starting to feel a little bit more pressure now from Noah Hubbard. And we're going to go back into the top 15 as we see the 11 of Douglas Wisconsin get past Daytona Cross. Great move into the inside. One of the great passing zones here at Darlington, as tough as it is. Really going to have to be aggressive with the passes. So great job by Douglas right there to take P15. Let's go back up to the front. Noah Hubbard really trying to find his way around Ashton Crowder. And like I said, we have that stage break at lap 50. These drivers were able to save some fuel during caution. Well, the two cautions that we had, actually, I apologize. So I wonder if these drivers are playing the long game. Noah Hubbard, Sean Merriman playing the long game, trying to figure out why Dustin Lewis is out to a 1.7 second lead. Chase points are for grabs right now. And so drivers are thinking about making those aggressive moves early and potentially waiting for the end of the race to make a move. I understand. I would be thinking the same way. If I'm fighting for chase points and I need to make sure my championship position is solid, I would not be making aggressive moves so early in the race. This track will eat you and spit you up if you're too aggressive. You're fighting the track. You're not really fighting the driver out there. As we look at Sean Merriman and Gavin Hinson, the 04 Luke Barnes almost collected the 39 right there. Gavin Hinson is loose on corner exit. Lewis again on the backstretch. Great saves by the driver. It's better to be able to save it rather than crashing into the wall. So the 39 survives to fight another lap. Michael Wade, Morgan Cook, River Hayes able to get past. Now Luke Barnes getting pressure by River Hayes. River Hayes having that inside line, but it's going to change to Luke Barnes, who will have the outside preferred line into turn one. These drivers side by side. Great close battles right there. Drivers skating through the corner of turn two. Little smoke right there, so I'm sure somebody had it off, but no caution. And Luke Barnes is now off and away from Morgan Cook. And River Hayes now bleeding positions from the top 5 now to P7. Well, let's check on the lead. Now you can see the gap right there. Dustin Lewis, he did have a 1.7 second lead. And now it's dropped down to 1.4. So Ashton Crowder is now picking up the pace between him and Lewis. Looking at the last lap times, Ashton Crowder was almost 3/10 faster than Dustin Lewis. So Dustin Lewis has already ran through his tire cycle. He's now fighting the track and for grip and for speed. While Ashton Crowder holding back those first beginning laps, able to now pick up the speed. Going back to P5. The battle for P5 is still heating up. Luke Barnes was in front of Morgan Cook, but Morgan Cook was able to get past the 39. Gavin Henson, he had an earlier incident a couple laps ago. He's now recovered and fighting to get back his position. Wesley Burke, he had an issue in the beginning of the race. Now he's sitting out in P9. So this battle for the top 10 positions is not far from, oh, the 04 getting close to, oh, wow. River Hayes and the 04 of Luke Barnes getting close. Oh, contact between those drivers, but since it was a corner exit, they were able to save it. So drivers are still going. Oh man, it is getting intense out here. Gavin Henson now able to get past. Wesley Burke now putting pressure on Luke Barnes to take P8. I don't want to look away, but I do want to bring back that Ashton Crowder has now picked up the pace. He is running now 4/10 faster than Dustin Lewis. Dustin Lewis, not sure what you were doing, buddy, but now Ashton Crowder is picking up the toe. And I'm sure in half a lap, he'll be passed once again. Let's go back to this battle in the P5, P6 through P9. Looks like they've singled out Wesley Burke having a little connection issue. But Gavin Henson chasing now River Hayes. These drivers are running about the same times from each other, so not really any advantage. New player into it, though, Michael Wade. He's now pulled into the top 10 fight. So we'll be watching to see if Michael Wade able to make a move. Oh, he is making the move right now on Luke Barnes. Luke Barnes was in the top 5. Now he's bleeding more positions. Michael Wade trying. Oh! Luke Barnes touching the wall, but not catching Michael Wade. Almost contact. Let's go back up to the front. Ashton Crowder now bringing it to under a 10th. He's going to make the move for P1. Into the inside. Preferred line to Ashton Crowder, but Dustin Lewis will have the speed on exit. Will he be able to hold it off? No. Crowder reassumes the lead, and great job by Ashton Crowder to reel Dustin Lewis back in. I think Dustin Lewis trying to get an early advantage in this run before the stage break, now paying the price for using up his tires. We'll see if he falls back even further. Well, the battles on track are starting to calm down now. Michael Wade still fighting with Luke Barnes for that P9 position. Looking at P15, Douglas Wysocki fighting with Bryson Miller and Tristan Brunelli for P14 and P15. Great paint scheme by the 11 right there. Oh! Miller loose, hitting the wall, giving the position to Wysocki. But then Tristan Brunelli Wysocki had to back out or he would have collected the car in front of him. So Tristan Brunelli gaining 2 positions. This battle for P18 started and over. Let's go back up front. Morgan Cook, he's been picking up steam as the laps have progressed. He's able to now take over P4. The driver who started in P6 did fall back to P9, now up to P4. Noah Hubbard and Dustin Lewis up ahead of him. But with Dustin Lewis probably using up his tires a little too much, we're about 21 laps away from the stage break. There is potential for Morgan Cook to get up into the top 3 before the stage break. River Hayes looking in down Sterling Marlin Coors Light paint, loving that. Putting a little pressure on Sean Merriman. Sean Merriman a little loose off exit, giving River Hayes the run down the front stretch. Will this turn into a move into turn 1? No. Sean Merriman able to keep him behind, but we'll see for how long. And in the background, Gavin Hinson will pounce if either driver makes a mistake. I'm sorry. I just love this paint scheme for the 82. I am a huge Sterling Marlin fan. One of the great drivers of NASCAR. So it's great to see that paint would have moved into turn one. River Hayes, he's putting the pressure now on Sean. Sean does have that preferred line, but it will get cut off. And the 39 of Gavin Hinson also pounced. Will Wesley Burke push the envelope as well? Will this be a 3-position loss for Sean Merriman? It will be. And this track just shows once you lose your momentum, once you lose your groove, it can hurt more and more. But River Hayes able to take over P5 and move on. I'm rooting for this paint scheme right now. Bryson Miller, he's starting to put pressure on Adam Holston, but he moves out the way. So John Ullman now able to take that position. Andrew Shobe in the 28, he had an incident earlier with Tristan Brunelli. So these drivers getting back to each other. A little loose on exit for him. A move for Christian Barnes on Dominic Rossi for P11. A lot of battles now happening on track. Drivers are starting to lose grip on their tires, fighting corner exit. Let's check on Morgan Cook right now. Looks like he has Dave Billings ahead of him, some lap traffic. But he's doing well, running about. He's actually running 2/10 faster than our leader, Ashton Crowder, right now. So Morgan Cook really showing some speed on track and potentially could be, ooh, you can see the speed difference he is having on Dave Billings. Dave Billings moves out the way to allow Morgan Cook to have the preferred line. As you see, Noah Hubbard was rubbing the track wall right there. Maybe he was peeking in his mirror because he sees Morgan Cook coming. And I don't know. I would be watching my mirror too if I see a driver that's running about 2/10 faster than me with about 15 to go until the stage break. That's a haunting situation right there. But good on Morgan Cook right now. Sure, in about a lap or two, we'll be seeing him make a move. Gavin Hinson starting to put pressure on River Hayes. Now, Gavin, if I'm you, I wouldn't mess up that paint scheme. Don't scratch it up. That's NASCAR heritage right there. But this is a difficult track to pass, so I understand if you're going to have to put your elbows out to get that pass done on the 82 of River Hayes. Going into turn one, River Hayes riding that seam exactly how you need to. Gavin Hinson doing contact for Gavin Hinson. Wesley Burke. These drivers are really fighting the cars. But look at the run through turn three that Gavin Hinson has on River Hayes. He's going to have the inside. Going to the front start-finish line. Will he be able to make that move into turn one side by side? Gavin Hinson, Ashton Crowder into the pit, so drivers will not be able to make it if they stayed out or if they didn't pit during caution. Then it looks like they will have to come down before the stage break. So I will have to start paying attention now to, say, Dustin Lewis. He was a driver that was also with Ashton Crowder staying out. I believe all the way to our top 7 are drivers who stayed out during those cautions and did not get fuel. Christian Barnes is our first driver who did come down the pit lane during the caution. And contact with the wall for Christian Barnes. So he potentially has enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll be paying attention to that. But my eyes are on Dustin Lewis right now and seeing if he will be able to make it to the end. We are 11 to go until the stage break. As we see Dustin Lewis, 17 laps led. He had that early advantage at the beginning. Oh, we got a car running. No yellow on track right now. I'm trying to find out who that car was. I believe it was Tyner Willing. We'll take a replay of that. No, Tyler was coming out of the pits. Oh, it was the 43 of Bryson Miller who got loose off of that. Looking at him, let's just take a quick replay. In 27, starting 13th, a difficult run for right now for the 43. Coming out of turn 2 and just looks like he gets loose, hits that transition in the banking and spins the truck around. Does he hit the wall? Slightly. But yeah, unfortunate for him right there. He's still on track though, so good on him. But let's go back to the front. Dustin Lewis, track temp of 107. It is hot out there in South Carolina right now. Dustin Lewis has lap traffic. Ooh, car ahead. Looks like Dylan Calkins hitting the wall right there as Dustin Lewis tries to get past Steven Addison right there right now. And I apologize, Morgan Cook. I know I said that you were going to be making it up to the top 3, but you have made it to the top 2, sir. With about 7 to go until the stage break, he has made his way up to the top 2. Dustin Lewis running about 1/10 faster than Morgan Cook. I wonder if Morgan Cook will be able to get the stage win. You see Ashton Crowder getting his lap back on Dustin Lewis. So Ashton Crowder will not be a lap down no more. Our first car a lap down will be Steven Addison, who you saw was just passed by our leader, Dustin Lewis. Morgan Cook now, he sees that lap traffic ahead of Steven Addison and Dylan Calkins. He'll be trying to get around them before the stage break. As we see Dustin Lewis now, he ran to the end. He's going to go get his fuel right before the stage break, 6 laps to go. So now I'm going to have to see what the move will be for the rest of the field. Like I said, Christian Barnes is our first driver who will not have to pit before the stage break. Morgan Cook now assuming the lead. This is Lucas Austin or Craig McKern actually. Getting a little loose, track temperature starting to pick up. So it's going to get hotter as this race progresses. Morgan Cook almost hitting the wall, or he slightly did tap the wall, but not a big incident. You see Dustin Lewis is now coming out of the pits. He will go a lap down right there, but I am sure he will get his lap back very quickly. Gavin Henson, Morgan Cook now sitting in the top 2, Wesley Burke rounding out our top 3. And Morgan Cook now heads to the pits. 4 laps to go into the stage, and Morgan Cook heads to the pits. And these drivers are really trying to time the best opportunity to pit before the stage break. Trying to see where our pole sitter is right now. Looking for Ashton Crowder in the field, sitting in 16th. So it looks like these drivers are starting to pick up. Will he get ahead of Morgan Cook? Yes, he does. So Ashton Crowder will be ahead of Morgan Cook now. Even Addison moving and Dustin Lewis. So Morgan Cook falling back a little bit, but we'll have the fresher tires before the stage break. Gavin Henson sitting in P1 right now. P2 going to Wesley Burke. and P3 to River Hayes. Our top three are the remaining drivers until the stage break. Did they save enough fuel to be able to make it to the stage break? As we see Gavin Hinson take the start of lap 49, or actually lap 50, I apologize. Start of lap 50. So after this lap, the stage break will commence. Do they have enough to make it? Or will they have to pit? River Hayes getting past. Oh, we got a car loose. The 22. No, River Hayes does not have enough. River Hayes will have to pit. Gavin Hinson will make it to lap 51. And that will be the stage break right there for the drivers, or the yellow flag is not out though. Stage break will not commence until all lead lap cars make it through the start finish line, and they do so. Gavin Hinson and Wesley Burke able to save some fuel. Sean Merriman as well, able to save some fuel before the stage break, which might help in the positions. Gavin Hinson, our stage winner for this race at lap 50, started in 8th, had a little incident fighting in between that top 5 battle that we were watching earlier, but able to save some fuel and take that stage win over our fast drivers such as Dustin Lewis and Ashton Crowder. So congratulations to him on that stage win. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And as these drivers head down to pit road, get some fresh rubber, we'll be right back with the second half of this race.
Real quick, people stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
And we are back. Great shot of Darlington Speedway right here. Right in the middle of the day, 12 p.m. here in South Carolina. As I said, our stage winner would be Gavin Hinson. Sorry for that. He's able to get that stage win, able to save some fuel over drivers such as our pole winner, Ashton Crowder, and other drivers who were out there fast running, Dustin Lewis. But him and Wesley Burke able to save that fuel and take their position. And now they will be in prime position as we get ready to re-rack the field before our restart after the stage break. And I mean, looking at it, Gavin Hinson sitting in third for the chase standings right now. That right there is a huge victory, a small victory in this chase standing. 36 points behind Christian Barnes, who's sitting in P3 right now. From the top step, a win today for Gavin Hinson would be huge for his championship run. But we had 3 cautions so far. Early cautions in the beginning helping some of these drivers able to save fuel before we got into that long green flag run right there. 5 lead changes. We saw Ashton Crowder. We saw Gavin Henson. We saw Morgan Cook. We saw also Dustin Lewis, who was blazing fast in the beginning, but paid the price in the end, burning up his tires. So it's really anybody's game now in terms of what's going to happen in the second half of this race. And I am excited, and I'm sure everybody watching is excited to see how this race is going to unfold. Just right there, I had the point standings, then it disappeared. I apologize. There we go. Point standings right there for everybody. We would have shown it in the beginning, but we ran right into the race. Christian Barnes sitting in first right now. River Hayes in second. Gavin Henson in third. And who's our leader right now? Dustin Lewis sitting in fourth. Sean Merriman in fifth. Adam Holston, Derek Jewett, John Ullman, Noah Hubbard, and Tyler Stevenson wrapping up the top 10 for our point standings in the chase. These drivers have a few more races to go in this chase running, but Gavin Henson with that stage victory, that's a huge win. If you're in that battle, only 36 points. I'll bring it right back up. Only 36 points away from Christian Barnes, who's sitting in P4. So Christian Barnes is not slouching at all. Wesley Burke as well, sitting in P2. Could put some pressure, but we will see. Let's get this field ready to go again. Barney with his green flag, waiting to restart this race. And it's green again. Gavin Henson leading the field as we start this race again. Huge run by Gavin Henson into turns 1 and 2. Wesley Burke starting to fall back. Tyler Stevenson now putting pressure on him for P3. Christian Barnes, our points leader in the chase standings, able to get to P2. So now we have some chase drivers now making their moves. And as you can see on the front windshield of those trucks, if they have that green yellowish tint banner, they are a chase driver. So if you're watching this race and you want to know where a chase driver is, that is your identifier. Let's look in the back. Reggie Kelm did have a little contact. Oh! Got a driver down. Wesley Burke loose off exit, which will allow Ashton Crowder and Sean Merriman to get ahead. Andrew Shobe, who was up in the beginning, up in the front in the beginning, now able to potentially put pressure on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke immediate to block right there. Aggressive block by the 25. Trying to prevent any more positions to be bled. But we have a top 3 battle of chase drivers. And if you're watching right now, I want to see who you're supporting for this chase battle. If you're supporting Gavin Henson, Barnes, or Stevenson, let me know. We got a battle for P2. Tyler Stevenson now moving in up front of Christian Barnes. That's going to be important for the chase standings right there. Tyler Stevenson sitting in P10 in the chase standings. So a win today would reel him back to the front of the chase standings. He is very aggressive right now. If I was him, I would not try to kill my tires, but he's disregarding any advice and he's going for the lead on Gavin Henson. What a move by the 1. Into turns 1 and 2. Tyler Stevenson taking the Dustin Lewis approach and are just going ahead. No, with no care in the world right now. He has a point to prove tonight, folks. So we'll be paying attention to that. Christian Barnes now putting pressure on Gavin Hinson, Christian Barnes, our points leader in the chase standings. This is critical for Gavin Hinson to not allow to happen. He did a little jostling back and forth between the drivers. Gavin Hinson just trying to hold off the chase leader right now. Wesley Burke falling back now. Ashton Crowder able to get past in that earlier incident when he was loose, but he's been able to keep Andrew Show behind. Ashton Crowder is a little bit off the pace, but I know that he's saving his tires, as we saw earlier when he was chasing down Dustin Lewis. Oh, contact! Dustin Lewis right there on the edge of the wall. Noah Hubbard. No, Adam Holson, sorry. And Dustin Lewis. Oh, I apologize. That is Michael Wade in the 16. It wasn't no Adam Holston. The yellow kind of threw me off right there. Adam Holston and Michael Wade just touching the wall a little bit. Let's go back up to the battle up front. Christian Barnes trying to get past Gavin Hinson. Critical for the chase playoffs right now. Gavin Hinson trying to hold off our chase leader. And if I was Gavin Hinson, I would just try to, if I could save my tires, then I save my tires. Don't worry about what Tyler Stevenson's doing right now. You are in a better position to gain points. You see your competitor, Christian Barnes, sitting behind, who is his point standing leader. So any extra points you can gain on top of his finishing position is beneficial for you. And if both of you guys have an issue, Sean Merriman, who's sitting in P5 of our point standings, will just pounce right there. But he has our pole winner, Ashton Crowder, just sitting right there ready to pounce. Ashton Crowder starting to make that move. Will this be a move into turn 3 and 4? Look at the speed on the 44. Able to do the slide job on the 18 and get in front. So Ashton Crowder now starting to pick up some speed as Christian Barnes and Gavin Hinson playing a little game of tango. Both drivers know that they aren't trying to make any critical mistakes right now at this point of the race. Looking at about 42, 43 to go for these drivers. Still a lot to go through. As we saw with those pit stops, these drivers will probably have to make one more pit stop if we are to go green for the rest of the race. So I'm sure there is some drivers who are trying to fuel save just a little bit. We will see. Looking at the rest of the field, Dustin Lewis, who was up front earlier in this race, he's battling with Wesley Burke and Sean Merriman. Oh, what a move by Dustin Lewis right there. I think Sean Merriman scraped the wall a little bit, so that slowed him down, and that allowed Wesley Burke and Dustin Lewis to get away. Oh, we got a battle right now. Sean Merriman starting to bleed positions. He has the lap car of Michael Wade trying to get past. Oh, man, that was close. Noah Hubbard almost collecting himself with Sean Merriman on the exit. They do have that lap car in front of them, so they're not trying to. I mean, I'm sure they're telling him, like, get out the way, man. I'm fighting for a championship right now, but he has every right to be battling on track right now. So they're going to have to figure out a way. Dustin Lewis putting pressure on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke having a rough start. Oh, contact with the wall for Dustin Lewis. That rear end getting a little bit out of shape. Sean Merriman now going under Michael Wade. But he has I think that is 2 lap cars, actually. Yes, the lap cars of Luke Barnes and Michael Wade holding up Sean Merriman right now. Oh, contact between the lap cars of the 16. 16 down to the wall. Michael Wade, no caution because he's down in the apron, but we saw his fender fly up. So that might be his race. Unfortunate for the 16 right there. Just lap cars having that battle out right there. Unfortunate to see. let's go back to the front. Christian Barnes starting to fall back from Gavin Henson. Morgan Cook, he's sitting in P16. He did. Oh, Morgan Cook. Oh, this track is starting to eat up these drivers now. Maybe that's some commentator curse. I apologize. It looks like he has heavy damage to his steering, just struggling to make the corners now. It doesn't look like any visible damage. Trying to hold on to the car right there for Morgan Cook. He was making great efforts early in this race. Now sitting a lap down. Christian Barnes getting passed by Wesley Burke. Christian Barnes was fighting with Gavin Henson, but he's starting to fall back. Ashton Crowder able to get ahead. So Ashton Crowder looking to get back up to the front. Oh, that was close between those drivers right there. Dustin Lewis and Wesley Burke almost making contact. Wesley Burke falling back a little bit. Not sure if he hit the wall and now his momentum was slowed. And we will restart again. Andrew Schob now starting to put pressure on Wesley Burke. Tyler Stevenson still holding that lead. Tyler Stevenson, like I said, he was sitting. Oh! Don't you scratch up that 82 now, Stevenson. That car is sacred. I say it's sacred. Who cares what I think, though? Stevenson out in front. And like I said, Stevenson sitting in P10 in the chase. A win tonight would do wonders for his championship run. He has Henson behind, Gavin Henson, who's sitting in P3. So Henson is very, very fine staying in P2 as he saw Christian Barnes now falling back to P4. So more positions that Christian Barnes loses helps Gavin Henson and Stevenson, but they do have to deal with Ashton Crowder. He's been picking up steam every lap. He's running 0.6 faster than our leader, Stevenson, which I'm not surprised after his huge run that he had in the beginning, which surely ate up his tires. And then Gavin Henson running about 0.2 faster than Gavin Henson right now. So almost equal with Henson for Crowder, but we will see. Looking at the rest of the field, Wesley Burke, he was up in the front and he finished in P2 at the stage break, but he's fallen back to P6. Still a respectable position for the Premier Racing Setups driver, but I'm sure he would love to get back up front. And another thing that I'm completely forgetting to tell, these drivers are going to have to make another pit stop soon. We'll see. I'm not sure. Strategies are all over the place right now. Some drivers are saving, some drivers are going all out, like Tyler Stevenson. So wherever these drivers are in their battles and in their fight with this track determines where they're going to be. Ooh, as drivers are loose off exit right there. We were looking at the 60, who was starting to make a little battle happen with Douglas Wysocki. And if I mispronounce her name, I'm so sorry, man. I'm not trying to do that. But we'll see as that battle falls back. We'll go back up front to Wesley Burke, starting to pick up Dustin Lewis. Dustin Lewis has already shown that he is susceptible to burning his tires a little too much with this heat at Darlington, and how aggressive this track chews up the tires. That old surface really is going to hurt, especially running that high line through 1 and 2. That's what they need to do to get through these corners. Wesley Burke starting to pick up the pace and putting pressure on. Is this going to be a move into turn 3? No, it will not. But Wesley Burke is really picking up the pace. We got a battle for the lead right now. I don't know if a lap car was holding up Stevenson, and Gavin Henson and Ashton Crowder are now fighting for these top 3 positions. Tyler Stevenson's in the wall. Stevenson rolled that wall. He had no grip to turn back down. Oh, you can see these cars just on the edge of disaster out of it too. And now Ashton Crowder gets that P2 position from Stevenson. So Stevenson probably burnt up his tires now after that aggressive run by him, but I don't mind it at all. You're fighting for a championship. You're P10 in the chase standings. You need to do something to help it swing your way. So we'll see as the pit stops get nearer and closer for these drivers. Gavin Hinson able to get the lead, but we were watching this battle between Wesley Burke and Dustin Lewis. Wesley Burke able to get the move done into turn 3. Will Dustin Lewis respond out of 4? He does not. He has the lap car of Dylan Calkins ahead, who's battling with Christian Barnes, I believe. No. Yes. Christian Barnes. Oh! Dylan Calkins hits the wall. Will he revolve right back into front of Wesley Burke? No. Good job by him, able to keep the car. Oh, will they make contact? Wesley Burke disappears right there. Wesley, where are you? There you are. Oh, no. And Andrew Show loose on exit. These drivers are really going at it. We have a move for the lead, too. What's going on this track right now? Ashton Crowder able to get the lead away from Gavin Hinson. We're going back and forth, and our pole winner now back up front. Oh, let's catch our breath right there, folks. A lot of things happening right there. Morgan Cook now into the pits, who is a lap down, but that might signal the start of pits for these drivers. We will see if any of our lead cars on the lead lap will head down to the pits. Noah Hubbard starting to put pressure on Adam Holston for P8. Looking at the field, we have 14 cars on the lead lap, which is not uncommon for Darlington. But we will see as the pit stops are about to happen. Noah Hubbard looking on the inside, gave it a little look, but not able to make the move. Going through 3 and 4, bigger run for him right there. Noah Hubbard now, oh, contact. Adam Holston got in contact with the wall, which will definitely slow him down. Now that will give the move to Noah Hubbard. Side by side through turns 1 and 2, it's gonna swing Adam Holston's way on exit. Will Hubbard be able to control the car? Oh no, Holston hits the wall. As you see right there, River Hayes in the 82, he's on fresher tires, able to swing past. Could have been disaster for those drivers. Dustin Lewis now into the pits. So our one driver who was in the top 10 now into the pits, Reggie Kime, will now move into P9. Dustin Lewis and Sean Merriman into the pits. Sean Merriman and well, I don't believe Dustin Lewis is in the chase. No, he is. P4 and P5 in the chase, I apologize, are now into the pits. I wonder if that will signal to the rest of the chase drivers if they're going to have to come down. Ashton Crowder is leading right now. Wesley Burke, he was able to save fuel in that run before the pit stage break. Will that affect Christian Barnes as he may have to start thinking about his pit stops? Looking at the front, Ashton Crowder doesn't pit. Gavin Hinson doesn't pit. Looks like our top 5 will not pit. No other takers right now in pit lane. So some drivers going down, taking the early pit stop to maybe do an undercut, while others staying out and hoping that their fresh tires will cover them in the end. We will have to wait and see how that plays out for these drivers. I wonder if the undercut will work for these drivers. Wesley Burke and Andrew Show, no, Wesley Burke will head to the pits. Oh! Will that be a black flag for Wesley Burke? No, he was able to slow the car down before entering. So good job by Wesley Burke to not get that black flag. That would have ruined his momentum that he's had so far. Back up front, Ashton Crowder. He's been wonderful on track today. Had the pole, fell back a little bit, was able to go back up front. Then the stage break didn't really fall his way, but now he's up front, controlling the field, We will see when his pit stops when. I guess the undercut didn't work for him before. And now he's going to think about doing something different as we have another chase driver hitting the pits. Christian Barnes into the pits. Our points leader responding to other chase drivers going into the pits. So strategies are now starting to fall ways that may have not been planned for some of these drivers. These early pit stops really making these drivers think about what they're going to do. As we see Adam Holston trying to chase down P5, but has the lap car of Craig McKern in front of him. John Ullman into the pits. Our P8 driver in the point stand. Looks like he has a little damage on his car. The lady in black sure is giving her best punches out there. Christian Barnes is now back on track. Our points leader in the chase. Now on fresh tires, so looking to gain some positions back. But like I said, Ashton Crowder has been the class of the field so far. Really been able to hold his weight out there. Gavin Hinton, though, I'm really going to be watching out for him. 36 points behind Christian Barnes. Christian Barnes has already pitted. This is the one driver I'm going to be paying attention to. And then also Tyler Stevenson. He looks like he's staying out a little bit longer than what he intended to. It may hurt him, but standing in P10 in the standings, and you're P3 currently in this race, a caution right now would do wonders for your championship run right now. But we will see how it will play out. Dominic Rossi giving up P8 to now fall into the pits. Still, our top three have not decided to come down, as drivers like Wesley Burke, Sean Merriman, Christian Barnes, Steven Addison? No, Steven Addison has not pit yet. A lot of drivers in the back of the field deciding to come down to pit road. We will see, though. It's getting really spicy now, folks. I love to see strategy play out in these types of races. You're not only fighting the track, you're fighting your fuel, you're fighting the temperature. And just let's double check again. It looks like we've calmed down from 112 to 108. It's still hot. You're burning the rubber off your tires. Every lap you're going slower and slower. As Steven Addison is now into the pits. These types of races are wonderful to watch. It might be boring to some, for me personally, I love these types of strategy races. You're fighting the track, you're fighting your car, you're fighting your crew chief on when to pit. You're the one on track. You know when things are going to happen. And we have a top three driver, not only in the chase standings, but in this race coming down the pit road. Will that trigger Stevenson to come down? Stevenson now one of those drivers who are staying out longer than expected the most. A pit stop here would get him to the end, give him the tires to maybe run down through the field and get your positions back. He might be playing for the caution, though. Sitting in P10 on the standings, you need something to fall your way. You need some good luck happening as Crowder, our leader, now cedes the position to Stevenson. Stevenson back in the lead. Crowder, one of those good drivers out there right now, just been in control of his destiny so far. Looks like a normal pit stop from him. And I think Stevenson's coming down pit road. Yes! Stevenson is now responding. He sees Crowder go down, and now he responds. So we will see a car in the background. I think that's Craig McKern. Stevenson now going to the pits. He has to hit his marks correctly. Yes, he does. So it's going to be an easy pit stop for him. We will see how this plays out. Wesley Burke, as we see Andrew, I think that was the 28. Andrew Schob would go down in the pits. Yes, it was. Wesley Burke getting his lap back, and now will be able to run into P5. Where is Tyler Stevenson? Tyler Stevenson is coming out. Ashton Crowder able to get past. So Ashton Crowder, we'll see who the lead falls to right now. A lot of drivers in different strategies. Right now, Adam Holston in the lead. 44 laps on his tires, so he's going to have to pit soon. Noah Hubbard coming into the pits. Reggie Kime, 46 laps on his tires. He's going to be begging for a pit stop soon. It looks like Wesley Burke will assume the lead once these pit stops roll through. And it will be Wesley Burke, Dustin Lewis, Christian Barnes, Sean Merriman, Ashton Crowder to wrap up our top 5. So close battle right now for the lead. But we do have drivers like Ashton Crowder. Oh, aggressive move, and he blinks again. Aggressive move, and he on Douglas Wasaki. By Wesley Burke. Dustin Lewis able to get past. Just waiting for Reggie Kime and Adam Holston. Reggie Kime hits the pits, so he succeeds. He cedes P2 to Wesley Burke. Adam Holston now the remaining driver on this long stint to hit the pits, and he does as well, right on time as I say that. So Wesley Burke will assume the lead of this race. We will be looking for drivers like Crowder and Stevenson. They went longer, almost 10 laps longer, 10 plus laps longer than some of these drivers in the top 3 right now, top 5. Our points leader, Christian Barnes, in the chase, sitting in P3. This may have worked out beautifully for him in regards to a potential race win. The strategy might have worked out as the 82 loose on exit as Wesley Burke tries to get by. Man, there's just so much going on right now. Adam Holston coming out of the pits. Dominic Rossi in P10. Oh! A battle for P2. Christian Barnes and Dustin Lewis. So what a move by Christian Barnes. Will it stick? Looks like Dustin Lewis is going to be able to ride the high line out of the corner. Contact with the wall. Man, that almost was disaster for some of these drivers right there. 11 cars on the lead lap right now. Noah Hubbard being our last car in the lead lap. Wesley Burke finished P2 before the stage. Sitting in P1. 3 cautions only, and they were in the beginning of the race, so these drivers have really mellowed out, got the nerves calmed down, and green flag racing has prevailed so far. 12 lead changes, mostly through our green flag pit stops. Wesley Burke holding the lead, like I said. Christian Barnes, our points leader in the chase, putting pressure on his competitor, Christian Barnes, for that P2 position. Christian Barnes really putting a lot of pressure on Dustin Lewis right now. Dustin Lewis sitting in P4, only 36 points behind Christian Barnes. So finishing ahead of Christian Barnes would help his championship run to close that gap. But the gap seems to disappear as Christian Barnes heads into turn 3, slides in front of the 8, and now takes over P2. This battle may not be over yet, but I think Christian Barnes is now starting to eye that P1 position. As we see, Dustin Lewis is not far off, but he might be falling back now just a bit. Ashton Crowder right there in the background, our pole winner. He has the fresher tires than all these other drivers. Our top 3 are pretty much on 20-lap old tires, and Ashton Crowder is on 10-lap older tires, or 10-lap tires. He just pitted 10 laps ago. And look how easy that move is for him right there on Dustin Lewis. Give me that P3 position, he says. And he heads on his quest to potentially win this race tonight. Another driver on the same strategy as Ashton Crowder, Gavin Henson. Gavin Henson, P3 in the championship standings. his tire run with about 30 to go or 23 to go, I can't do math, could potentially put him in with a battle with Christian Barnes. We will see. Tyler Stevenson, though, he is the freshest car out there in terms of drivers who were in the top 5 before the green flag pit stops. And you can see how easy it is right now for him to pass cars. It's really on him to not overdrive right now. The laps are winding down, but if you're listening, Stevenson, you have an opportunity with your fresh tires to get you a top 5 and eat into the chase standings. Do not waste this opportunity that you have right now. Gavin Henson with his 13-lap old tires on Dustin Lewis, who's ahead of him with the lap car of Adam Holston right behind. Adam Holston almost making contact with Dustin Lewis. Oh! Looks like he got loose. And that promotes Gavin Henson to P4. Dustin Lewis, with his 24-lap old tires, they're falling off. They're pretty much over the cliff. It's downhill from here. Well, Gavin Henson, he still has some life on his tires, and he's going to go for it. Ashton Crowder now making the move on Wesley Burke for P1. And that's going to be potentially the race-winning move right there. We will see if a caution comes out. But for Ashton Crowder, that was a great move by our pole winner. He's able to now set sail. No fuel saving by him as well, so he's good to the end of the race. Now pulls almost a 7/10 lead on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke trying to hold on to this top 3 positions. He's going to have to deal with drivers like Gavin Henson, Tyler Stevenson, who's now up to P6. Tyler Stevenson, you have a potential top 3 right here, buddy. Hold on to these tires. As you see, Dustin Lewis is struggling now. Almost 30-lap old tires, and this is going to be an easy move for Stevenson right here. Right into P4 for him, or P5, I'm sorry. P5 for Stevenson. Now set sails about 3 seconds behind Gavin Henson, who is now reeling in our championship leader, Christian Barnes, for that final podium position. This battle between these drivers is going to heat up real soon right here. And the playoff implications right now is going to be interesting in the chase standings at the end of this race, as Gavin Henson able to make the move past Christian Barnes. Pretty easy for him. Now he sets sail 1.3 seconds behind Wesley Burke. 1.2 now. The gap is falling. Christian Barnes, he's on 24-lap old tires. Tyler Stevenson, he's a lap car in between from putting Christian Barnes in his rearview mirror. We'll see if that happens. Looking at Stevenson right there, just looking through the rest of the field to see if there's any battles. We do have a battle between Tucker and Wysocki for P18. 3 laps down for both drivers, so potentially good battle brewing right here. We'll see what happens. Gavin Henson now moving up on Wesley Burke. This will be the move for P2. Wesley Burke trying to hold on to these podium positions. But with his 27-lap old tires compared to Gavin Henson's 20, as we see some... Oh, it's a yellow! Oh, no! Oh, no! Looks like Bryson Miller was the cause of that yellow. We'll get a replay of that, folks. looking at Bryson Miller right here. Oh no. I feel hurt for Bryson Miller right there. That is not his fault at all. The 43 just getting collected right there. I was looking from his cockpit view for Bryson Miller. And the 26 just gets loose and he gets collected. And there goes his engine. Unfortunate for him right there. Really, that pains right there. But we are busy on pit road. We see Bryson Miller, his engine is smoking. Ashton Crowder leading the field to the pits. The 8 of Dustin Lewis getting into his box. This changes the complexion of this race tenfold. Ashton Crowder able to get off pit road. Looks like Ashton Crowder will lead. Wesley Burke, Gavin Hinson, Christian Barnes, Dustin Lewis, Tyler Stevenson. This just changed the race tenfold, like I said. You had drivers like Wesley Burke, Christian Barnes, Dustin Lewis, who were dying out there with older tires. They made the undercut and they gained their positions. They were able to get themselves back in. But if we were going to go green, as we are 12 to go, they were going to fall out of the top 3 and top 5. This breathes new life to these drivers. And the one driver who hurt the most from it was Tyler Stevenson. He ran the long run to the very end so that he would have fresh tires with about 10 to go. All that has gone out the window. So we now have a situation where our points leader, Christian Barnes, is on fresh tires. But I'm seeing that he's pit 5 times already. I wonder if he's out of tires. Doesn't look like it. Adam Holston now out of this race with a meatball. He might have came down for fuel for one pit stop and did save a set. We will see when the race restarts who has the tires or who doesn't. But pretty much everybody in this field that is on the lead lap, Luke Barnes being the final car in the lead lap, has that set of tires to go to the end. Tyler Stevenson, I'm looking at it now, is also a car who has done 5 pit stops today. Did he have another set? I believe so. Looking at the box times, I think everybody had that last set of tires or they have an extra set. So I believe everybody will be on fresh tires here. So it'll be a fresh tire battle to the end for this race. We're going to be 9 to go for these drivers. 11 cars on the lead lap. But there are 18 cars, 18, 19, 20 cars still out there. We will see. Ashton Crowder leading this field to the restart zone. Barney with his green flag, ready to send these drivers to the final stretch. Ashton Crowder with the late restart, and we're green again here at Darlington. This is going to be critical for these drivers. Wesley Burke immediately throws the block to hold P2 on Gavin Hinson. Christian Barnes trying to hold these drivers off. Everybody on fresh tires. What a move. Through almost 3 wide. Wesley Burke going to have to give up that position to Gavin Hinson, or will he hold the outside line? We will see. side by side for some of these drivers coming out. Wesley Burke will survive for that lap. Tyler Stevenson just trying to find a way around Noah Hubbard right now as we fall single file through this field with 7 to go. It's anybody's game right now. It is a shootout to the end. Oh, car loose in the background. And a move by Noah Hubbard on Dustin Lewis. Dustin Lewis into the wall. Hubbard, oh no, Stevenson takes it 3 wide. 3 wide for those drivers, but Stevenson falls back, which now allows Shob to potentially make a move on Tyler Stevenson. It's not going Stevenson's way right now. Not what he wants to see. Wesley Burke. Oh, contact between the 28 and 1. Oh, contact for the 8 and 12. Drivers just jockeying for position. Looks like Stevenson's able to hold off right now that push from the car behind of Andrew Shob. Crowder pulling out to a 4/10 lead on Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke trying to hold on to that P2 position. Gavin Hinson would love to stay in P3 as Christian Barnes, his championship rival, sitting right behind. Any points that he can gain above the 27 will be great for him right now. 5 to go on track right now. We're coming to the end, and I am excited to see what these drivers bring. Andrew Shob putting pressure on Tyler Stevenson. It's just not going Stevenson's way. I was rooting for you, buddy, but it's just not going your way. But it's still a good points night. It's not the end of the road right here for you, man. Finish out in this top 7. That's a good points haul for your chase standings. And there's a potential right there. Noah Hubbard. Oh, look at the block right there between Shob and Stevenson. Shob having a huge run off of turn 2. Will this become a position? No. Stevenson able to hold off, but Stevenson really holding for dear life, trying to keep this position. Dominic Rossi making a move on Reggie Kime for that final spot in the P10, top 10, the P10 position. But we're going to go back to our battles in the top 8. Andrew Shob now starting to fall back from Tyler Stevenson, probably trying to cool his tires off. Let's look at Gavin Hinson on Wesley Burke, P2 and P3. If any of Gavin Hinson has to be very smart right here. You have a top 3. Your championship rival, Christian Barnes, is sitting behind in P4. This is a great points night for you. Don't mess this up. You have the opportunity to get a great points haul. Wesley Burke is not a driver in the championship. You do not have to make that aggressive move, but he's closing that gap on Wesley Burke right now as Ashton Crowder is starting to sail away from this group right here. We'll see what happens here, folks. Tyler Stevenson still trying to hold off Andrew Shob. Andrew Shob picking up with one lap to go here at Darlington. Ashton Crowder really holding this field at bay. Great run by him. Gavin Hinson and Christian Barnes trying to keep it. And we see Dustin Lewis loose. Will this be a move for, contact with Stevenson and whatnot? But looking at our winner, Ashton Crowder with the win here at Darlington. What a win for the driver. Great run by him. Couldn't ask for anything more by Ashton Crowder. Just perfect for that. Wesley Burke in P2, Gavin Hinson in P3. Couldn't really ask for anything more from Ashton Crowder. He did what he needed to do. Got back to the front. We'll talk to him and see what he was thinking through that stage break and whatnot. But what a race here at Darlington. Couldn't ask for anything more. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back as we see Ashton Crowder burning it down. The lady in black doing his thing. The 44 victorious here at Darlington, and we'll be right back with our top 3 end results.
Real quick, people stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done. guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Well, it was a great win by Ashton Crowder. We will get his thoughts of the race shortly. But let's look at the results for this race. Darlington showed out and showed us a great race in these trucks. Ashton Crowder with the win, starting in pole and winning the race. Couldn't ask for more from the driver. We'll hear from him shortly. Wesley Burke, the caution fell his way, and he falls out with P2. Gavin Hinson, a great points haul from him. We'll hear from him as well as how that affects him with the championship. Christian Barnes, MP4. Justin Lewis, MP5. Noah Hubbard, MP6. Tyler Stevenson, it was falling his way. I wish we could hear from him, but unfortunately that yellow kind of slowed his momentum. Andrew Shove, P8. Great battle between him and Stevenson at the end. Sean Merriman, great points haul from him, P9. Reggie Kime finishes out in P10. Looking at the back half of the field, Dominic Rossi, MP11. Luke Barnes, MP12. John Ullman, P13. Great finish by him. Dave Billings, or Steven Addison, I'm sorry, P14. Dave Billings at P15. Harold Tucker, P16. River Hayes, P17. Douglas Wysocki, P18. Lucas Austin, P19. And Adam Holston, P20. Looking at the back half of our field, JT McNulty, P21. Morgan Cook had a great running in the beginning, but didn't fall his way, P22. Craig McKern, P23. Bryson Miller, P24. Michael Wade, P25. Alex Young, P26. Dylan Calkins, P27. Joshua Gillen, P28. Tyler Wilning, P29. Tristan Brunelli started in 9th, but not able to finish this race, MP30. And then our final positions, Daytona Cross in P31. Trevor Yates and Jaden Walker not able to participate in this race. Well, we're going to get interviews from our top 3. We're going to start with our winner for this race, Ashton Crowder. Buddy, I mean, that race could not have gone perfectly for you. You worked your way through the field. At the beginning of the race, you saw that one driver just fly out to the beginning, and we all were watching saying that's not the way to do Darlington. But you held your own. Stage break didn't really fall your way, but you were able to stay on the lead lap, finished out the race. How are you feeling tonight?
Yourself the whole time?
Yeah, I was up here myself by myself the whole
Okay.
time, so
Dang.
it is
Okay.
what it is.
Well, yeah. Well, at least it wasn't a boring race, I don't think. At least it wasn't from my point of view. Uh yeah, I don't know. It was really interesting. This track is very mentally draining for me, I
hmm
suppose. I would say it is for a lot of people.
hmm
But yeah, so that's why I'm like soaked in sweat right now. Because as soon as things start get mentally tough for me, I start
Yeah,
sweating.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great race. I mean, there's a big strategy portion involved. That first stage, like I knew I needed to pit because I was anticipating more cautions, and it never happened. So I was kind of on the back foot there, and I was gonna be, I don't know, I was gonna be bad, I suppose, in the negative by like 5 laps or so.
hmm
I was like, I'll just pit with like 10 to go or whatever, and just take fuel only, save a tire set, because I figured more like there'd be crashes once again,
Hmm.
wasn't. Um, and that trapped a lot of people a lap down, it seemed. So I don't know if like when they came down pit road, they tried to take tires and then that put them behind. Because I know when I came down, I came out like 2 seconds maybe behind the leader. So yeah, so that was tough. But then the second stage we had to kind of battle up from like fifth or so,
Hmm.
which that was tough also. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm happy we got a win here. Had a nice late race restart, and people didn't go crazy, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Um, and the people that I think should have finished in the top five, looking at it, or the last time I looked at it before the caution, they pretty much finished all right there. So it was just a little bit more exciting at the end. Just
Ye-
fine.
Yeah, you said it right there. That late restart, you expect cautions upon cautions to happen. Everybody played it safe, and it probably was because we had a lot of chase drivers in that top 10. So nobody really trying to take each other out or, get those points at the end. So fell in your favor. Nobody killing each other. But great race by you, Ashton, with your P1. Anybody you want to shout out? Any sponsors you want to give thanks to before we close out?
Oh yeah, shout out to you once again for being up here all alone. Hopefully it's a good booth in Darlington. I don't know if it is.
That's pretty hot.
Um, oh, it's hot in here too. I don't think I have my fan on. Um, Gosh, yeah, being people always make fun of sweating playing a computer game, but like, man, was 100 and whatever degrees Celsius. It's toasty. Um, but yeah, everybody at Alpha Prime ran this great Chevrolet today here at Darlington. Everybody put on the league, Brandon and the boys, I would say girls, but we don't have any. So we need to change that. Um, we got into a pretty heated discussion today about the environment. And for that, I just want to say shout out to the Earth Man because we're really cracking down on our carbon footprint here. But yeah, and then I feel like the last time I had an interview it was before I went to Des Moines, Iowa. So shout out to my girl Caitlin Clark and everybody over there, and then my girlfriend watching, Ava Lily Zimmett, and then probably my grandparents too. I don't know if she put it on for them, but if she did, so yeah, shout out to them as well. Go Fever.
Yeah, well, if they were watching, I hope I gave enough coverage of their grandchild. If not, I've had grandparents yell at me for not doing enough, so I apologize if I didn't. But Ashton
Yeah,
Crowder,
more nice words for me, please. Yeah, as many as you can get. I love it.
Ashton Crowder, though, with the P1, man, congratulations to you. Great drive by you. We'll see you 2 weeks, actually. I think it's a little break before we get to Auto Club. We'll see you in Auto Club, man. Have fun with that fun track coming up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Well, that's our P1 driver, Ashton Crowder. We're going to bring up P2 with Wesley Burke. Wesley Burke, Sam Yosef, you got a copy.
Yeah, I guess Sam.
Well, Wesley, the biggest thing I saw out of that is at you did the early undercut and it paid off. You were able to get up to the front. You saved fuel during that stage break, which gave you another set, which ended up helping when that yellow came out. Just walk us through what you were thinking before that yellow came, and then after that yellow came, where it gave you new life to have that top three position tonight.
Uh, I wasn't expecting the undercut to do that much. I just saw that someone behind me, I think it was Dustin Lewis pit. So I was like, yeah, I can't let him have that too far. And I just caught Barnes. So I was like, yeah, I'll just pit now. It was like 3 or 4 laps before I wanted to, but hey, yeah, so I got out to the lead. Crowder got to me, and he was just like 10 miles an hour quicker off of two. So there was no fighting that. So I just let him go into three. Gavin, he got to me. I was just about to let him go because we were like coming out at two. I was going to let him to go into three, and then the caution came out because I was just trying to manage it so Tyler didn't get to me because he was the other one that was on fresher tires than me. but he was a little further back, so I think I might could have held him off for third. But after that caution, it was just push, push, push. Got lucky when I was able to fill in the gap there going into one, so I didn't have to go side by side because that's been my biggest problem throughout the race on the restarts. I've just been getting way too sideways. Like uh, the arrow on this truck here is just crazy. So if you have anyone near your left rear, right rear, it just wants to spin so badly. So
Well, I mean, I saw you fighting your car. I mean, Crowder was the class of the field, so it's going to be hard to keep him behind. But you were really holding Gavin Henson behind, and that yellow. I mean, not fair to say, maybe fair to say, it saved your butt right there. So gave you new
yeah, it
life,
really did.
gave you new life, gave you fresh tires, and then you were able to hold off everybody behind, especially with these chase drivers chasing for more points for their championship. But it is what it is. Great to see you. Great to see. Great to see you running well in this race after last week. Going into Auto Club in a couple weeks. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think I'm running Auto Club, to be honest. You know how I feel on that one, and
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm part
Yeah.
time. I'm part time in this, so I'm handing it over to someone else most likely. So
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm going to convince you to like Auto Club, even though you will probably will never change your mind. But it is what it is. Well, Wesley Burke, with your second place finish, anybody you'd like to thank? Any shout outs you want to give out?
honestly, I gotta thank you for broadcasting this. You do an amazing job every time, and we gotta thank Premier Racing Setups for building great truck setups. Obviously, this was a fixed race, but for C Opens and stuff, they are amazing. They give me wins almost every week, and can't wait to race with them again this week.
I'll have to concur on that. I also use Premiere setups, and it's great right there. So great shout out by you. But Wesley Burke, our P2 finisher, congratulations, buddy. We will see you next time.
I see you soon.
Well, that's P2. Let's bring up P3, Gavin. Gavin Henson, Sam Yosef, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, Gavin, I mean, I think you're the one driver I really wanted to get to know and talk to. You had Christian Barnes, your championship rival, right behind. Finishing P3 would have been a great points haul for your chase standings. Kind of walk us through what your mindset was before the yellow and then after the yellow. What were you thinking? Were you trying to go for the points? Did you want to go maybe past Wesley Burke for more? Like, what was going through your head at that time?
Want to maintain. I didn't want anything stupid to happen, lose positions. I felt like I was second place truck. I mean, I don't know if second place on speed, but I was second place in the strategy and the cycle of things. So, um, second or third, I wanted to finish in front of Christian. I know he's my teammate and all, but I told him in the middle of the race, like, you're my championship rival. I can't let you have it easy. So,
Mm,
um, it was, I don't know. I just was hoping for a clean restart and a clean run of things. Thought the race was really, really good as far as green flag racing. Really impressed with the league, honestly. I wish it would have went green to the end. I wish we wouldn't have got it caution, but uh, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So we just uh, make do with what we have. So that's what we did.
yeah, well, I mean, from a chase perspective, that was the best you could have done. A great points haul from you. You were 36 points back from Christian Barnes. I'm sure this will eat up into his lead just a little bit, giving you more life as we head into Auto Club. What's your thoughts on that track?
It's a fun track. It's a big track though. So a lot of drafting. Not really a big fan of pack racing.
Hmm.
Um, that's not at Daytona or Talladega. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully we can get some green flag runs there and maybe split the field up a little bit, kind of like we did today
Hmm.
or tonight rather. And yeah, I mean, I think we got 3 weeks off, so run like this where we maximize stage points, win stage, and we finish ahead of our teammate slash rival. Um, it's really promising. I'm really confident that moving in the second place, that over the next few races we can definitely cut into the lead and make a run at the championship.
Well, you said it perfectly. You had the stage win. You got the third place for the race. So a big points haul from you tonight, eating up into that lead with your teammate Christian Barnes. So inner teammate rivalry happening on track and in the Discord. But Gavin Henson with your third place. Of course, who do you like to thank? Any shout outs you want to give?
I'll shout out my team, Water Force Racing, Christian Barnes. Shout out River Hayes for hanging out with us, and want to shout out my sponsor, Rob's Custom Wraps, one of the best in the game when it comes to paint schemes and such. He's definitely the man you should call or hit up, text on Facebook, whatever. And I want to shout out you for doing the show and B Speed, and shout out to the field tonight for putting on a pretty good product. Everybody should be proud.
Yeah, great racing from everybody, especially after that yellow flag restart. You would expect cars to go all over the place, people wrecking, and you guys kept it green. So, one of those rare things that you don't really see on the service. But, Gavin, once again, congratulations to you with the third place and the points haul tonight. We'll see you in Auto Club.
Thank you.
Well, that was a race to watch. Drama between drivers. Not many cars finishing on a lead lap. A late yellow flag for a 10-lap shootout. That is what Darlington brings to the table. And like we talked with the rest of those drivers, our next race, these drivers have about 3 weeks off. Next race, September 9th at Auto Club, one of my favorite tracks, especially with the trucks, that package. As you heard from Ashton, as you heard from Gavin, as you heard from Wesley, pack racing, speed, all you could think of for a trace race where the points have now reduced. I couldn't think of a better combo, and it's only here on V-Speed, 9 p.m. Eastern on September 9th that you'll see this race. I hope you will be able to join us for that. But with that, it has been my pleasure to broadcast this race. My name is Samuel Yosef. This is the downtown. Oh, I thought I was about to sneeze. I am so sorry. This is the Downtown Auto Sales 175 here at Darlington. The chase is heating up. We're almost there to the end, but these drivers are going to give it their all. Once again, my name is Sam Yosef here on V-Speed, and we will see you next time.
Real quick, people stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.